I want to start with something simple but powerful. I heard just the other day, a week or so ago, from my mentor, and it totally fits. He said, my agenda used to be too structured for my conversation. And I was like, man, that's deep. That kind of hits, but I had to think about it. And the more I thought about it, I had everything planned out. What I was going to say, how I was going to say it, how life was supposed to go. Like, especially in my addiction, I thought I was in total control of everything. But life doesn't follow your script, my script, right? Recovery doesn't follow the script. Growth doesn't follow the script. And the moment I stopped trying to control every step was the moment I actually started moving forward. So let me ask you something. What do you believe? What does it pull you towards? Because what you believe is what you gravitate to. If you believe you're stuck, you'll find proof of it. If you believe you're broken, you'll live inside that identity. If you believe nothing changes, nothing will. And a lot of us live by this mindset. I'll believe it when I see it. But that right there, that's the limitation. Because growth doesn't work like that. You don't see it first, you believe it, and then you build it. You have to have a vision, right? You have to have a goal. You have to have some kind of sight in mind. And there's another shift that changed everything for me. I stopped saying I have to, I got to, I need to, and I started saying I get to. I tell people this all the time. I get to wake up today. I get to rebuild my life. I get to show up for my family. I get to change, I get to do something better. I get to chase something better. I get to go to work today. And sometimes it's not even I get to, it's, oh, there's an opportunity. That shift from obligation to opportunity, that's where momentum starts. That's where a real foundation is solidified. You kind of flip it upside down and everything looks just a little bit different. Because here's the truth, your perspective shapes your reality. When you're lost, your vision is blurry. No matter how clear we think we see, everything feels closed in. When you're stuck, everything is so confined. But when you start walking in purpose, even if it's just one small step, your vision starts to come back into focus. You begin to see what's in front of you, not what's behind you. And I need you to hear this part very clearly. One voice can change a system. If you have a voice with a purpose, one person speaking up, one person choosing different, one person refusing to go back can change everything. It's that ripple effect. What we do today affects not only us, but everything around us. That's how change starts, not with the crowd, but with a decision. In recovery, something powerful happens. We find connection. And for a lot of us, that's new because we spent years isolated, disconnected, surviving from, look at that, from surviving to thriving, right? But recovery isn't just about fixing what was broken, it's deeper. We don't just repair the old, we don't just fix the old foundation, we excavate it. We dig it out. We remove what can't hold us anymore, and then we build something entirely new. It's stronger, more intentional, more aligned with who we are becoming. Because that's the real work. Becoming. We don't just get clean or get sober. We create a new version of ourselves. We start asking, who do I want to be? What kind of life do I want to live? What does that actually look like? We start really designing a picture, right? And then we do something uncomfortable. We start acting like that person before we felt like that person. You know, you be who you want to be until you become it. And here's where it gets real. Every single person has the capacity for something great. Every one of you. And I'm speaking on this tonight because it's been in my head and I've been thinking about it, and it's been something, and I haven't made a video in a while, so I know this one might be a little longer, but hopefully I'm speaking to somebody out there, because, you know, I got some feedback and there was actually some people watching, and I was like, oh, maybe I need to get back into that, because if I'm helping serve somebody else a path, then I'm doing my job. So, you're not just average. You're not just getting by. You're great. You have greatness. But a lot of people never reach it because they can't. Not because they can't, but because they stop. They give up, they settle. And I get it, because we've all put in effort before. But let me remind me something. Let me remind you. We did whatever it took to survive. So we did whatever it took to get that fix, that high, that escape, that moment, that come up. We were committed. We were resourceful. We were relentless. So here's the question. What if we took that same energy and applied it to our recovery, applied it to our vision, applied it to our goals, applied it to our future, to our careers, our families, to our purpose, whatever your purpose is? Because that's the shift. That's where transformation really happens. Not when things get easy, because, you know, honestly, you know, there's easy days, but it's not easy, but it is always better. So it's not when things get easy, but when you decide, I'm going all in, just in a different direction. I went all in for my addiction, but when I shifted that, man, I'm on autopilot, because there's just greatness everywhere. So I'll leave you with this. You don't need everything figured out. You don't need a perfect plan. You don't need to see the whole path. Just have pieces of it in place. Know what direction you want to go. You just need to decide, what do I believe about myself? What am I choosing to move towards? And what am I willing to build? Because that's the real question. What are we willing to build? It's not necessarily, you know, what do I want to build? It's, are we willing to put in effort to build it? Because the moment you shift your belief, you shift your direction. And when you shift your direction, you change your life. So, this is Roger Shelstad with Finding the Growth Equation. And I will catch you all next time. Peace.